Good day, folks. Happy holiday to everybody. Hope everyone's doing great today. I'm going to try to rough this video up a little bit. I came out here to the property. I forgot to bring my little selfie stick. So I'm going to do what it do here. For starters, well, this is what let me back up a little bit. This is what we're going to talk about today. I was going to do a Labor Day related video, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think the route that I rather go instead is I rather do a video just sharing some of the realities of owning land and living the less traditional way of life, if you will. Because I think a lot of people need to hear this message. For starters, I would like to let you guys know that I did get my well fixed, and that repair ran me $600. And I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you guys what I had to get fixed. All right, folks, I'm at the electric box here. Well, the one that my wheel is connected to. And I was talking about this. Wire. The last time I came out here and did a video, I was talking about it briefly. And I don't know if I told you guys this. I think I did, but I'm going to tell you all again just in case. I had to have this wire right here replaced. And this wire goes underground. And it runs all the way to my well. Now, where this property is located, there's not a whole lot of different electricians for me to choose from when it comes to looking for the best price. So just for me to get the job done as quick as possible, I went with this particular electrician, and it ran me $350 to get this repair done. Now remember, this is going from the electric box all the way to my well over here. I don't know if $350 is a good price or not. Like I said, I needed it done ASAP, and there's not a whole lot of companies to choose from out here. So that's one reality that at some point you will run into when you choose to purchase property out in the country, which many people are doing these days. It appears to be a trend on social media. I don't think it's a bad trend, but I think a lot of people need to know the realities of doing that type of stuff. People need to know the realities. And even after my electrician replaced this right here, that was not enough to get my well working again. The well still did not work. Now, electricity at that time did go to the well. You know, he tested it out and everything. But another thing that was wrong was there was a part in this box that was wrong. I forgot what the part was called. I had to hire a technician that specializes in repairing wells. And again, there's not too many of them around that would have been able to come out in a timely manner. This one came out in a very timely manner. He came out the next day after I called him, which if you live in rural Alabama, that's good. Take my word. And there is a part in that box that he had to replace. and it ran me $185. He charged me for parts and labor. Now, I was not able to be here in person to watch him do the repair because I had to work. So, all total together, I would say, let me figure it out real quick. I would say it ran me roughly, I would say it ran me, let me see, let me do some math real quick. I would say it ran me about, let's see, 350, 450, 550. Yeah, I would say it ran me about $535 to get this well up and going again. So as it stands right now, the well does have water. The well is up and running again. I'm going to go over here and turn on the water real quick. I got water again. Thank God. In fact, let's take a little walk. I'm going to walk you guys to the pond here and see what's going on. It's fairly nice out today. It was a little steamy earlier today, but right now it's early evening, so it cooled down a little bit. So it's not temperature rise is not too bad out here. Here's my little pond. Now, we've had quite a bit of rain the last couple of days, so the pond has ascended again. There's more water in it than there was a few days ago when I came out here to do a video. Now, for those of you that are contemplating on buying a property in the Deep South and the property has a pond on it or a creek, for those of you that are not from the South, maybe you're from the Midwest or you're from further up north. If you come down here in the South period, especially here in the Deep South, and you buy a property like this, one that's got a pond, just bear in mind that from this is what I've been told by somebody that's a local here in Alabama. But between, I would say, now up until November, this is the worst time of the year for snakes. Meaning, during this time of the year, I gotta be extra careful where I walk, because during this time of the year, the chances of me running into a snake are going to be the highest. Now, I've been told that there's not going to be any alligators in the pond here because I'm not connected to a river. Now, the question is, am I about to find out? Hell no. I'll just take their word. Looks like a trash can blew in the pond there, which I'll get it out at some point. I'm just taking a walk right now. I'm not gonna start doing anything to this property until I figure out what I'm gonna be doing up in Indiana. Rather or rather not, I'm gonna be investing up there. So once I figure that out, which I will later this week, then I'll start doing all the work and cleaning and all that other good stuff, which I will be recording. And obviously, I got to get rid of all that crap. And now I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but I got to meet the neighbors that lived out here. I mean, I got one neighbor across from the property here. And they have a relative that owns. Now, I thought the person across the street owned all this property. Now, the person across the street, apparently they don't own all the property around me. Their relative owns all this property around my property. And I met both of them. And they both seemed like very nice people. In fact, I paid them to come over here and cut the yard for me, and they did it. So I appreciate that. So, because to be honest with you people, when I first laid eyes on this property and decided to buy it, I didn't know exactly what to expect. I didn't know. I mean, given that this property was not too far from a small town that has a diverse population, that made me feel comfortable enough to go ahead and buy this property. And also the fact that it's not too far away from a paved road. So we're within 45 minutes of here. I have access to a couple of slightly larger cities. Not metro cities, but, small cities. So those factors made me feel comfortable enough to take a chance on purchasing this property. I mean, honestly, at first, when I came out here, I used to have my head on the swivel. I mean, I still do. But back when I first came out here, my head was really on the swivel. Because I wasn't sure I wasn't sure what to expect out here. I mean, I was not sure what to expect. I didn't know rather a bunch of folks would be running up on me. And I'm going to try to keep it as PG as possible here. But I wasn't sure whether people were going to be running up on me talking about, I don't belong here, I'm not welcomed. And then they're going to try to do a whole bunch of spiteful stuff to my property as a result. And then I'm going to have problems with those folks. I wasn't sure whether I done unintentionally put myself in a situation like that, or rather it would be a situation where I can come out here, I can do what I do, everything gonna be good, everything gonna be peaceful, and people are gonna leave me alone. Well, fortunately, like I said, I met my neighbor across the way here, and also met their relative, and You know, things here are very quiet, very peaceful. Like I said, they came over and cut my yard for me the other day. I did pay them, but I didn't pay them real much. But they were, you know, they came over and cut the yard for me. And in fact, we even exchanged phone numbers. That way, if something came up and I needed them for something, I can call them up. Or, you know, if there was trespassing on this property and they saw that person, they can call me, and then I would, you know, deal with it from there. So, so on the pleasant notes, people out here are nice. I'm not going to have to worry about a bunch of lowlifes coming out here and harassing me. Because sometimes when people who look like me purchase land out in the country like this, stuff like that sometimes happens. But fortunately, in my case, I don't think I'm going to have to worry about that, which I'm so glad. I'm relieved. And now when I come out here, I feel a lot more, I feel a lot safer. I don't feel I have to be on guard so much, which makes me feel good. All right, folks, I'm going to turn the camera back around and we're going to get into a conversation about some of the realities of land ownership. And I'm probably going to finish this video at my primary residence. I just wanted to come out here for a minute, show you guys the way it worked, give you guys a brief update of what's going on out here. So we're going to finish the video at my primary residence.